Welcome to part 4, where we talk about the search for player action. It's pretty simple. It's using the nav mesh and Unity built in. The first thing we're starting off is the nav mesh agent. Essentially what moves your, visualizer or your bean, like a lot of people like to call it, or your cylinder. Essentially moves that around. And it's a little more than just moving, but it's the agent that works with the baked-in map you use in Unity. But essentially the event after that is repeat action. It can tell the action manager to repeat itself. In the other part 3, it talked about the repeat. Essentially helps the repeat actions without telling the get data to always be updating to get new data, and then telling the action manager to update itself. The action can tell the action manager to update it. And here we can see all this is very just a bunch of ifs to make sure that it actually made it to a position where it can essentially say it's reached its position and send an event to repeat it. And the action manager manages all the states, so it doesn't always repeat the search because the final say is on the action manager. So if it's in chase state, then it should say don't do a search again because we're already doing a chase. So this is just to simply say if there's no search, because it goes all the way back to the action manager here. You can see if it's not searching, where is it? If it's not searching, right, then we don't do anything with the search. But the action manager just says, this essentially just always says, if we reach our position, send an invokement to repeat it, but this does not have final say, the action manager does. This essentially gets a random point on the map. Supposedly, this right here, this pretty much does all the work. This nav mesh sample positions is very unperformant. It says Unity. So I'm trying to look into a better way to work with this, or make my own A-star pathing system. But for this, it's just a demo showing how you can make an AI. Not the main piece is the pathfinding system, but essentially takes in a random point or direction, and it just sends out like a big pulse around it, I guess you could think of it. And you have your radius, and then your area just means all areas, so any nav mesh. Essentially, this is your direction, generates it randomly, and then multiplies it for the radius. You have to have this here and this here to get it properly working. This is random direction plus position. This is what you take in, right? You would take this in from when you get your data back. So this is what you're multiplying here. Or so not multiplying, adding here. And then when that's all together, essentially you're going to cast out a giant spear, and it's random, so it'll find you something eventually. If there's nothing, it throws an error. And if there is something, it will set your point, tell the agent to set his new place to go, and you should be good from there. That's everything for the search for player action. It's very simple. Just goes in a circle, or goes around the player essentially, looking for you. But just to run for these again. Essentially takes a position. We set the randomness to get the spear, get the random position, and then we add our position, and then that goes here, and to sample data, and then we get the radius again to get another area. And then from that, we sent off the agent to go find you. That should be everything for part 4. See you in part 5.